As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Again, to paraphrase Dr. King, I may not get there with you, but someday we shall enter the promised land where men and women will not be judged by their sexual desires, but by the content of their character.
Many fail to notice Mr. Kramer's substitution of the word sexual behavior for skin color as he misquoted the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. Thus began the 1993 March on Washington for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender equal rights.
The 1993 March on Washington for lesbian, gay, and bisexual equal rights and liberation comes 30 years after the 63 march that Dr. King immortalized with his I Have a Dream speech. And for us, this is a continuation of that civil rights struggle.
Now homosexuals are using not only the language, but they are beginning to insist that the statutes, the laws, all of the advantages gained by civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King be now applied to homosexuals.
We are an emerging, sort of the emerging, latest great civil rights movement of the 90s.
Currently, there is a movement in this country that threatens to undermine and belittle the entire civil rights effort of the 1960s.
Homosexuals have equal rights under the First Amendment, the 14th Amendment, and the state constitution of every state in which they reside. But the issue here today is special rights. It's special category of protection. They want to be elevated from a behavior-based lifestyle to a true minority status that would give them special rights.
Once we get our rights, we want to have fun.
It's an effort by homosexuals and lesbians to promote their lifestyle. They don't want equal treatment. They want to be able to push their ideas, to get the acceptance of their lifestyle, and then to get special benefits as a result of it.
This Civil Rights Act amendment would completely neutralize the Civil Rights Act of 1964. What it will do is that it will say that anyone with any type of sexual preference, which would include everyone, would be protected under this law. So therefore there would be no protection for minorities specifically.
Our community is at the verge of the bursting point.
So that guy that was talking, I guess this was 1993, you can even hear some of the politically incorrect language that he was using. Wow, his name was Larry Kramer, 1993, Larry Kramer. Again, my objective, right, from an observational standpoint, right, the central inquiry of this show becomes, can the LGBTQ plus community successfully nurture self-contained social and spiritual ecosystems that resist being co-opted by the dominant society? And can they do this to kind of foster their own authentic voice outside of the voices of others? Right? And I'm not saying outside of black people. Like I'm saying outside of the voices of the dominant society saying something's wrong with you. And then it comes back to this question of inclusion. Why would you want to be included in a society who views you as an abomination? Why? Right? You would tell a woman who had been beaten, marginalized, disrespected by her man, don't you go back there. Don't you do it. Right? I'm going to tell your mom and them if you go back to him. Right? We typically tell people to run from toxic relationships, right? And if society, the dominant society, right, at large, does not view you with respect or unconditional regard, why would you seek inclusion there? And as the video articulated, or the clip we played articulated, elements of, the 60s, right? In our fight meaning black folk, all of us, right? All of us, including, gay and lesbian folk. It included all of us, right? But there have been elements of the civil rights movement that have been integrated there. Fine. Okay. Why not create your own reality? We don't have to redo Jesus. You don't have to redo Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie don't have to be gay, right? Just create your own Sesame Street. It's yours, though. It's yours, right? When I was raising my children, they're all adults now. When I was raising them, we had this lady who was a sister, but she was a mathematician. She was a school teacher, and she made all of these fly hip hop videos that she produced herself, where she was dancing and rapping, and every type of math had its own rap song where she solved problems and equations. It was us. It was our story teaching math. I would never let her teach math in a classroom like that, but she was like, it was fly. We had other videos where we had people that were talking about, it was like black stories that integrated the great cultures that emerged from black people. Like, it was this one cartoon that was about the Dogon, and it was a special little kid, and he had these powers, but then there were other and they were using the Dogon story to kind of tell this story. My kids loved it because it gave them a stronger sense of self. Why do you have to or seek to, A, be included in a toxic society calling on Krishnamurti? It is no measure of health to be well adjusted in a sick society. That's number one. And then number two, why do you seek to recontextualize, right, what they call the normative narratives? These are serious questions that I think should be answered. And I would love to hear from you. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. I know it's difficult. In sum, the model that I'm presenting right? In sum, this model foregrounds a shift from seeking validation within pre-existing frameworks towards the deliberate cultivation of psychological sovereignty as a path to genuine autonomy, both individual and collective, within a landscape historically marked by marginalization and contested belonging. Black people are still experiencing contested belonging, and I'm sure our good folk over at the LGBT plus Q community, they're still our family because all of us got uncles and sisters and cousins that are part of that community. So it's not like they're over there on the other side, right? It's still us. But their belonging is being contested. Why do we constantly seek integration into those who contest our very spirit? In a world where civility feigns morality and inclusion masks deep-rooted injustice, the quest for an authentic LGBT plus Q voice emerges as a revolutionary act of self-determination. Krishnamurti's searing observation, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a sick society," lays bare the paradox. A society that cloaks systemic injustice, racism, and narcissistic toxicity in the guise of progress and stability is no sanctuary for the wounded. Black folk know this. We wake up every day like, oh, Lord, we made it. That's what my homeboy says to me every time we have a birthday. He'd be like, yo, man, you made it. You see? Why should any community scarred by centuries of exclusion and distortion and willingly surrender its singularity to an environment that thrives on conformity and exploitation? Black folk know all about that. Conform and allow us to exploit all of the wonderful things you create. Now, we can say we're progressive, but let's not act like this isn't still happening to black folk today. I don't even want to go any deeper. We got callers on the line, and I want to get them in here. Attila from Houston, Texas. Attila, Lord have mercy. What in the name of sweet baby race? Why people ask me to cover things? They know what I'm going to. Why? Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I mean, I'm going to keep it pretty brief. I think this topic is super dope. But something that you and I talked about earlier today, I was saying that, like, inclusion ultimately leads to authenticity exclusion. Because in order for you to be included, you have to give up something, right? I think what it kind of is reminding me of is, like, how when you're someone who struggles with people-pleasing, or the anxious attachment styles, right? You're constantly trying to justify your existence to that person, right? So you kind of become like accustomed to bartering your integrity. And I think a lot of these situations start in that way. A lot of these isms and things there's a power dynamic, and ultimately you're having to give up a little bit of yourself in order to be included. So I think, I don't know, as long as we forgo our authenticity, our integrity is for sale. So see, I think that comes with all of these situations.
You are cooking because as black folk, we know this to be true. Mm-hmm. Listen, code switching.
100%.
Come on. Now, we know this to be true. In order to be included, you got to act a certain way. You have
act
to
a certain way, talk a certain way, believe a certain way.
Come on.
That's why there's like layers within layers, right? Like even when you think about like black folks, you know, in terms of how we deal with things or our politics or different beliefs, there's so many layers within it because I think everyone is in a different stage of their awakening. So
say more about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, say more.
Because I think the more comfortable you are, the less likely you are to question these things. Part of the reason why these questions come up about freedom, identity, and authenticity is because you, at some point, realize that the things around you are not matching what's going on the inside, right? So I think because we're all at a different stage in that point when it comes to the self-actualization or whatever you want to call it, that's why you have so many layers within these different groups. People believe different things, have certain ideologies, and then their conditioning plays a part in it as well. So, yeah.
I gotta ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this community, LGBTQ community, their kind of incessant desire to be included into this society, do you think it's because this toxic place houses their mothers, their mothers, their lineage, right? Their genealogy. So it's kind of almost like this culture is as much mine as it is yours, and you don't have the right to exclude me. Do you think that is the perspective?
I would definitely say for some, the entitlement plays a huge, huge part. I mean, you see that kind of even with the crossover elements when it comes to gender versus your sexuality. Like, you know, that's a big reason why I feel like women and maybe transgender ladies tend to bump heads, because everyone is trying to control the other one's narrative, what is said, how it's said, spoken. So, of course, there's going to be issues there because they think they're you. In their mind, they're like, well, my experience is similar to yours. And you're just what?
You going too fast. When you say they, let me get clear, because is they one of the pronouns?
Don't ask me.
Well, you said, I just want to be politically correct. You said they say. When you say they,
transgender people, LGBT, whatever, when you're talking about the battle between transgender women and natural born women, a big part of that battle is because there's not enough.
Stop. Hold on.
Yeah.
You were hipping me to something that I am totally unaware of, and I've got to give you space to talk about it. You're telling me that there is a battle between transgender women and biological women? Or what is called cis women?
Yeah.
Stay right there.
I hate that term.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. In the name of sweet baby race. I'm too old for this, man. I ain't going to be able to get to sleep tonight. Listen, we have to have difficult conversations, and that's what the VOR, the Voice of Reason, is about. When we come forward, we're going back to Houston, Texas, to talk to my niece, Attila. She's about to let me in on some heavy stuff.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services resources for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
A few months ago, after knowing Eckhart Tolle for a while and studying the books, I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing. And how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective. And I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe. And ever since that day, I've been trying to get back there.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. Listen. Oh, I love Jim Carrey. But guess what? If that is true of all human beings, shouldn't the journey be exactly what Jim described? If you're one with the source of all that is, the foundation of all reality, why do you need approval and acknowledgement and validation from a society that is clearly lost its spiritual and moral way? Please accept me. It sounds like, what's that term? When you fall in love with your captor, when you fall in love with your abuser, what is it called? It's a syndrome. Somebody will tell me. I forgot. I'm old now. I forget things. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, it sounds a lot like that. Right? This is a heavy, heavy, heavy topic. We got callers on the line. I want to get them in here so they can get their thoughts out. Attila, please define what you were talking about. You got 2 minutes. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. 2 minutes? 2 minutes for what?
Don't worry.
What am I defining?
Hold on. Don't worry. I got more. You were saying that there is some kind of rift between women and trans women.
Yeah.
That I was totally unaware of.
Yep. It's like I look at it like repackaged misogyny, like.
Really?
And the reason why I say this is because, you know, we speak about women's rights and men, you know, maybe having certain prejudices towards women. But it's funny because I feel like even in the rift between trans women and women, that same energy still exists even there. Just saying.
Really?
Yes.
No. Help me to like visualize what you're saying. You're telling me trans women feel like men with regards to how they express their, I guess, anger, angst, or whatever towards women. You're saying it feels the same?
Yes, because I feel like there's a certain level of entitlement there. That was the whole issue with the bathrooms, right?
No.
Have to
stay
go
right here.
that?
Stay right here. Don't go nowhere. I'm sorry. Don't go nowhere. You stay right there, child. When we come forward, Lord have mercy. I'm getting schooled. I didn't know all of this was happening. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
I can't get over the way you love me like you do, but I have to be sure when I walk out the door. Oh, I want to be free, baby. Oh, how I want to be free. Oh, how I want to break free.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Broward School's Black Superintendent Dr. Howard Hepburn in Florida says the new school year is off to a smooth start.
It's a great day, a great first day of school.
Changes include 4 elementary schools becoming K-8 academies and a teacher vacancy rate under 2%. Security remains a priority. Rapper Snoop Dogg's Death Row Records cannabis is now in Ohio, available at Pure Ohio wellness locations in Dayton and London. A wider statewide rollout is coming soon. And the House Oversight Committee will hold a September hearing with D.C. officials after President Trump announced federal control of the city's police and plans to deploy the National Guard. GOP Chair James Comer says the panel will meet with Attorney General Brian Schwab, Council Chair Phil Mickelson, and Black Mayor Muriel Bowser. It's unclear if the move was coordinated with local leaders. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Do you need to level that concrete porch or patio? Contact Groundworks, the concrete lifting experts. Riverside, get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit. For just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hold on. Who is that? Who is that? See, this is what. Go ahead, Andy.
In the mornings, go man go. Workouts in the health spa, muscles glow. You can best believe that he's a macho man. Ready to get down with anyone he can. Hey, 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 hey. Macho, macho, macho man, yeah. I've got to be a macho. I've got to be a macho, macho man, yeah. I've got to be a macho. Oh, macho, macho man, yeah. I've got to be a macho man. Macho, macho man.
I agree that it's about the education because I actually was engaged to be married to a white man, to an Italian man, and we were together for 8 years. And I have not been in a relationship since. I don't know if I would actually date outside my race again. There is only really one time that I'm against interracial dating, and that is when you're not allowed to bring your full self to the relationship. Because I was in the relationship where I did not challenge my white partner on his anti-blackness. And instead, I internalized the way he looked at the black community too. And so we both were in our gated community house thinking, this is what, needs to happen and blah, blah, blah. When I realized that this man was not invested in the liberation of my community, nor my black community, nor my LGBT community, but that I was passing. So that means that I'm either going to be with a black man who also has been educated about his anti-blackness and about his misogyny and all those things, or I'm going to be with someone who's not black who understands that, or I'm going to be by my damn self. So my politics have pretty much...
She's bringing up some interesting points. Passing, not being your authentic self, living the American dream when you remember what the minister said that Harry Belafonte told him, that MLK told him. I fear that I'm integrating my people into a burning house. Well, now the question becomes, with this incessant desire to be included into this culture, is there anybody in the LGBTQ community that also has that vision of a burning house? My mama, let me keep it simple. Rose used to always tell me, son, you go where you want it. Don't go where you tolerate it. Go where you are wanted. They got to want you around. Don't go where you tolerate it. That's really what it is. And I'm posing this question. I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community. Like I said before, I have a brother. I have, I had an uncle, that were a part of that community. And I love both those men who were a part of my life very dearly. But to see somebody fighting to be in the good old boys club, right? Come on. Start your own club. right? Give God your own name. Have a spiritual experience and say, you know what? I almost died, and it was a near-death experience. And when I came back, the word that came to me was this. Have your own creation story. Right? And why worry about whether you're accepted or not? Whether your story is viewed as equal or not? It should only matter to you, right? We've got callers. Where's Attila? Is she back? Attila, you have to hang up and call back in. I got to get to these other callers, but please hang up and get back in. I think Attila, she set us up. She knew I was going to ask her some more. I was about to ask her some more questions. Attila, please call back in. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers in here right now. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia, and then LS from Hawthorne, California. We got to roll through these callers quickly. Nazarene, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, nephew?
Hey, look, first of all, ain't no gay gorillas. They just hear what it is out here in the jungle. Last I checked, I did have some questions that came to mind. One, I was wondering if the LGBT, BET plus VH1 conglomerate was going to actually reject salvation from a straight savior, like wondering if it's that deep. That's something that was on my heart earlier, like to say.
Wait, slow down. Say what? I got to hear that again. One more. You're saying was somebody from the LGBT plus Q community.
Yeah. Like, it's so much division in there.
Wait, you're saying,
question is,
wait, this, you stunned me with the question. You said, will somebody from that community reject a straight savior? I think anybody in that community that calls themselves a Christian, they would accept Jesus as the savior. That is a, man, I'm stunned. You hit me upside the head with that. Go ahead, brother.
Well, it points to, for me in considering it, is because a lot of the, I guess, where things get blurry, through my perspective, is more about, I don't know if the word these days is like androgyny, or basically like an androgynous God. So where basically even within, which is another question, like I'm wondering if that whole community is more of a cult type of thing to a certain light or not. But it's like, it's either about sexuality and expression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or like even again, gender identification. Because within all of that, I feel like it's so slippery, or like there's so many exits, or shoot, just like how with Christianity, so to speak, there's so many different denominations. Like you got Christian as a big umbrella, you know, in a word catch-all type of phrase, you know, delicately placed. Yet you have Pentecostal, apostolic, or genocidal, whatever all of these different layers of division are. People looking to identify with a certain common ground, yet keep their own individuality and fellowship with like-minded people. So long as short, if you position yourself, or you up against so-called a deity or a higher power, what have you, and that's part of the problem. Like, if you're not really up against it unless you're in opposition, and that's your own call. But if it's so, you know, if deep down inside, if it's so much about your freedom of sexual expression and your so-called deity that you're up against is like on the opposite side of that, would you reject the, you know, the salvation or the lifestyle or the relationship that you have with that creator, God, or whatever you call it? Like, those type of things came to my mind. Like, I'm wondering how deep it goes, but to that extent, it really ain't none of my business. Because
no, but still, yet and still, those are some interesting questions, and I would love to ponder on them. Hey, nephew, guess what you just did though?
ATL in the house.
Atlanta is in the building. Yes. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, Hawthorne, California, back to Houston and Dallas, Texas. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. My privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cow Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My mind is the human mind. It has got illusions, desires, and all the rest of it. And there is the other mind, which is not, which has no, which is beyond all limitation. This illusory mind, the man-made mind, is always seeking that.
Yes, that's its main trouble.
Yeah, that is main trouble. It is measuring it, it is advancing it, am I getting nearer, farther, all the rest of it. And this mind, the human mind,
Hey, I'm sorry. Krishnamurti got to play earlier, dog. That's Krishnamurti with Dr. David Bohm, theoretical physicist, author of Wholeness and the Implicate Order. And he's talking about this higher consciousness mind that connects you to the other. Suchness, God, whatever you want to call it. And he's talking about this lower greedy mind, right? And I know what he was about to go into fits tonight's topic so well, but we have so many callers, and I want to get everybody an opportunity to say their piece. Let me give Attila the floor. Oh, no. Let me give LS Jefferson. Come on in here.
Hey,
Hawthorne.
blessings, though.
Hey. What are your thoughts?
Hey, okay. So my thoughts are, I do believe that it would be better if they were to choose to create their own, rather than taking from things that actually say that it's an abomination for you to have that type of lifestyle. Choose something that allows you to do you, right? Rather than blaspheme or what they would feel is blaspheme and crucify they Christ, right?
Right.
So why offend while you're trying to be accepted? Why not create your own where you have your own acceptance, and it can be accepted in a way that's different because it will be unique to them. Right?
But yeah, no, I agree with you. But what if they feel like my interpretation is art, number one, and then number two, I don't want to create my own because this is all I've ever known, and I'm creating my interpretation of it so I can still feel like I'm home in that belief system. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are, it's already known and it's already created. And your art is for pictures or museums, not for... I'm just saying, like,
wow.
There's people that are in deep fasting, meditation, and prayer when it comes to their relationship with the God that is within.
So don't play with it, is what you're saying. Don't play with it. I hear you.
Don't play with that type of fire. And then the fact that they want to have the saying of being called woman if they're trans, and have the original biological woman be called cis. We have the woman named for a reason. We have the womb. Our P is a portal for life for other people. So let us have what we already are. And what term has already been used. You are new. You are a creation. You've gone to get things changed. You should have a created name rather than the name that has already been given.
So, have you ever been read by somebody who who sounds sweet? Like she got like the Claire Huxtable and Vanessa. Look at me when I talk to you, Vanessa. Like, what is going on? LS, guess what you just did?
I buy Hawthorne in the building.
Hawthorne, California is in the building. You know it's a subdivision of LA. You know what Hawthorne is. Let me get Attila in here real quick. Attila, give me your final thoughts on this. Please make it quick.
Yeah. Let me just say real quick. I think when you diminish Black people's efforts and you try to model your movement after ours, all it's going to do is just fail. It's going to collapse because it's not original. Authenticity is original. That's all I got to say. All right, bye.
Ooh, authenticity is original. And then we're going to Dallas, Texas. We're going to stay in the great state of Texas. We're going to Dallas, Texas. Reverend L. Ratchet. Here we go. Artie, go ahead, Rev. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, bro?
Greetings, Brother Zoe. No disrespect to anybody at all, but people try to make sense out of an unsensible situation sometimes. When people are sometimes mentally lost and confused, they justify their behavior or they find others to assimilate with. So to me, this is like a high-class trauma bonding. Some people are allergic to just good decisions. So have you ever even noticed that some of the homosexuals use their own sexual lifestyle as an insult to others, shunning people for their behaviors that they practice? And to me, that shows exactly how confused sometimes these situations can become. So my thing is, sometimes it's just no rhyme or reason to certain things. So you just don't need to even entertain them. That's my final thought. And I brought Dallas, Texas in the building.
Come on, brother. Rev L. Ratchet, long time no hear from. You can always call in and share your profound thoughts. Listen, this is a beefy topic. And yes, you want people to accept all people, all walks of life. You want people to be accepted. But acceptance comes with respect. And again, you don't have harmony unless you have different notes. Everybody can't be the same. So it has to be different notes. And I'm fully encouraging my LGBT community, my brothers and sisters on that side, create it for yourself. Create your song. Create your sonnet. Create your stories. Create them. Don't recreate the system that didn't want you. Don't recreate those stories. Create your stories. And I think you would feel better. I think you would feel empowered. I think you'd have a stronger sense of self. Right? We don't need a black lesbian Jesus. For the people who follow Jesus, they find it offensive. They find it blasphemous. And I can empathize with the art side of it, the humanities side of it, but at the same time, I think heteronormative, right? Those people deserve respect for being what we are, right? Heteronormative. Just like you want, hey, trans and lesbian, gay, bisexual, you want your story and your reality to be acknowledged and accepted as well. If it's going to go both ways, I think both sides should be respected. That's all I'm saying. I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I'm the voice of reason, live from KBLA Talk 1580. I'll be back tomorrow. You already know what it is, with another slapper.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News.